LLMs, large language models. You use them almost daily, from searching for information to writing a code from it. But how much can you trust that response? How reliable are these LLMs? Today what I will reveal will absolutely shock you. So make sure you like this video and let's get started. We have benchmarks to check performance in maths, reasoning, coding and whatnot. But how do we evaluate factuality of a model? The good news is there is a way. There is a benchmark that was recently open sourced by OpenAI and its name is SimpleQA. As told by OpenAI, it's a factuality benchmark that measures the ability for language models to answer short, fact-seeking questions. For example, have a look at this question. Which Dutch player scored an open play goal in the 2022 Netherlands vs Argentina game in the Men's FIFA World Cup? So there are three possible ways you can answer this question. You give correct answer, which is Wout Weghorst, or you give a wrong answer, let's say Virgil van Dijk or someone else. There is another option, that is you just ignore the question, maybe saying I don't know the answer to that question. So this is how SimpleQA works. For the purpose of this video, we will be only looking at correct and incorrect answers. So let's get into the actual scores. What do you think? What our favorite state-of-the-art models will score? Let's start with our hero, our most favorite, O1 Preview. How much does that score? 42.7%. And what about O1 Mini then? 7.6%. Oh, and the underdog 3.5 Sonnet that we all love? 28.9%. And this is the reason you don't see this benchmark in the fancy charts they present in their model announcement blocks. So this means whenever you ask a query, it's most likely to give you a wrong answer. But you might ask, why Jay? I use it in daily life and I don't feel like that. It seems pretty okay to me. Yeah, it seems pretty okay at first. But in most of the situations, we already know the answer to that question and we just ask for assurance. And if we get a wrong answer, we just don't think much. We just retry, and when we get an answer we assumed the model should have given, then we proceed. But what about those scenarios where you have no idea of the answer? Like medical prescriptions or price of a product. Do you really trust these models with accuracy in those situations? Next time you do any of these, think about it. And it is in these hard questions where these models start to fail. One example that I can share with you is the code that O1 Preview model gave to me. If you guys remember, in our review of the O1 Preview model, the Pac-Man game it created absolutely blew our minds. But with that very same question, in our comparison of the O1 Preview and Claude 3.5 Sonnet, it failed to even give us a working code. I tried correcting the code, but even after 3 attempts, the results were nowhere close to what we achieved in the O1 Preview video. Another very recent example is when I made the comparison video between the newly launched 3.5 Haiku and GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini and Gemini 1.5 Flash models. Have a look at this video. 3.5 Haiku says it's Saturday, GPT-4o says it's Monday, and GPT-4o Mini says it's Saturday. These three models. So 3.5 Haiku gets it right as Sunday this time, GPT-4o also Sunday, and 4o Mini gets it wrong Saturday. So you saw how their answers drastically changed. That's what I'm talking about. So this is the LLM slaughter, the benchmarks that defeats them all. AI labs have been trying to reduce the hallucinations and not much has happened over here compared to outstanding results in other benchmarks. And I'm sure this is one of the most important areas where work needs to be focused. If these models actually have to make into business and real work environments, where accuracy and consistency is more important than fancy numbers, it remains to be seen what the O1 full model will come up with and how much will that score. And by the way, if you don't know, I am only one of the few people who accidentally got access to the O1 full model. If you want to see that model in action, do click that video on the top right corner. If you enjoyed this video, do consider liking this video, subscribing, and please don't forget to turn the notification bell to all. And I'll see you guys in the next one.